Hello everyone, my name is Falcon Destroyer, and if I sound weird, it's because I'm trying something new out. Recently I got the PlayStation VR headset that came with the camera, 2 motion controllers, and 2 games. We will be playing stuff on the channel. I also got the FNAF VR that will be playing with Hot Wheels Man. So the camera apparently has a microphone for videoing, and I want to try that out because apparently my headphones that I've been using forever have recently broke, and I am going to try to fix them sometime soon. So yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna read this, which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
I love this game, already, guys. You don't know how much I love it. Okay, Danganronpa is probably probably the best games I've ever played. It kind of reminds me of Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney game, which is why I think I like that one too.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
Okay, I mean that could be a story.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
I mean, Evan's in struggle, man.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
So last time we found something on her wrist, right?
Shoot!
Oh! Oh, I thought we were talking about where was the gold. It has to be the palms, right?
I got it!
Okay, so
You're talking about her
guys.
palms, right?
Am I going in perfect grade? Is there even grades in this? It's called a class trial.
The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
Oh yeah, now I'm looking at it, there's a bunch on both the gold on the handle and on the sword itself.
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Okay.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
By the way, guys, now that I'm playing actual Danganronpa games again, hopefully my class trials are way better than what they were originally.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, because water's turned off during nighttime, right? Take a quick shower, blah blah blah.
no! I got it!
That one.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
I mean, it was only a couple days, so... I mean, it wasn't really that important to take a shower, like, right then and there.
Oh my.
You're no different! You smell like a big fat ugly donkey!
Hey, don't say that to me, even though he's a pervert.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult.
Insult, obviously.
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Wait. Hold on, but... Wait a minute. Was it supposed to be the train? Oh, so... If we all remember... Someone knocked on Sayaka's room and tried to get in. Could that have been the killer or the person? No, because if she attacked first... Yeah, I don't know. This is confusing. I just want to get this over with so this video is done. So I can go back to Freetown being happy.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates.
True. There was the yeah.
She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
True.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Makes sense, because you see Makoto always acts to switch around Sayaka. Sorry about what you hear. Hitting, that's me eating.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
This is actually a really good trial. I should really try to make a trial like this kind of. Maybe in the future season, is that a teaser? Maybe it is.
Just hold on! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now! Come on, hurry up and decide who did it!
think my Monokuma is kind of the same. Not real worse than the actual Monokuma. Monokuma is still the best pair. I think this is like the only game to ever have like a bear as like an antagonist in a sense.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Oh wait, oops. Is it really all over? Obviously I'm committed to find out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Dying message.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Are you shooting?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have to?
Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
It's easy.
Where's the button to... Oops, I took a picture. 4 weak spots. Okay.
Just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, it's a diamond.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, I knew what it was. It's just that I figured out how to shoot.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message. Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask,
Okay.
can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Because of the
I got it!
Yeah, because it was blood
Her
on her
left
finger.
index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
Hey, don't mean.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Okay. 11037. Dying message. No one knows what it means.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Never mind, someone does know what they mean.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Oh.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa! You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Oh my god. Assuming is pretty not helpful in this trial at all.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Ah, never mind. There he goes again.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Rotate the image 180 degrees, okay? Rotate it. I think I maybe see.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it. So, whose name?
If you have 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Hold on. What does it look like? Come on, bro. Wait, no!
Shoot!
I was gonna do that. How do I... Hold on. The 7 and L kind of. 3 looks like an E. And the 0 is probably an O. And the 11 are an Leon, right? These two look really cool. Hold on, who's right there? Katrina. That's not cool. Oh, okay. It has to be him.
Here's my answer! The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
You sure about
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all.
See, Kyoko looks like she has more story and she has more to her than what she makes it out to be.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were.
Okay.
And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Probably.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
And go and say stuff like that everywhere else. This is not anywhere.
If you're not the
This is not a normal
killer,
place.
then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
True.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
And the evidence that's being tried to get out rid of that is in the incinerator. There are two things I found in front of the incinerator. A crystal ball and a burnt... this one.
I got it!
Oh, I was right. Wow.
You mean
okay, I was really
the
taking
burnt
stretch
shirt
right, I
piece I
guess.
found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
This trial has to be coming
As
to
the
a
killer
close
stabbed
soon.
Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
Or anything, that's not what I want. I want to save my game. We'll save the game, and then let's continue.
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
I mean, no.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Okay, Kyoko, how about you stop with this and help us, actually?
Yeah, I think so.
How was it?
Shoot!
I mean,
I got it!
Okay, that's how.
Where
would be more actually? Because the incinerator.
We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Because if you think about it, if the incinerator room was locked, either way, it probably would make sense.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
I mean, no, not exactly. Could be.
Interesting.
Wait, that's to you, Hifumi. Yeah, oh my god. That's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty, and that's all. And that's. Sorry, guys. A lot of noise breakdown in there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to practice with the camera until we get my microphone fixed. And I want to get another video up today before that. So, should I end the video here? How long have I been recording? Oh, shut up with the ball. Okay, so let's try
the key to the trash room, whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the person in charge of the...
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence. Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash...
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Huh? Me? No!
The key to the trash room, whoever was on clip...
So the only one who...
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator. No, that's wrong.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
Okay, so if mine's quieter, I'll just speak louder just to be safe.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Well, again, this is all thrown. Of course, they don't know that.
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Ooh. Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. The incinerator was off the last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate.
Well, makes sense that Hifumi could have always been the killer, but okay, now we already know it's him.
Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Makes sense.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
No, that would be easy for you because I'm a glitch, okay?
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so.
It will be a challenge, but I don't forget
I got it! because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
Do you have any idea how you sound, how stupid you sound all the time?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed.
Okay.
Now here's what happened.
The clothing argument about absolutely. Every case has one last element to bring the cluster trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll be given a complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. Oh, that's cool element actually in the game. However, you'll notice that in the comic there's a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you aim at the missing section and press the X button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to your breakthrough. Well then go up and have fun. Okay. My room was a single family answer, but and a killer entered. This? Okay, that's it. First, once I attack the killer with a knife, they know something in their room. After the killer counted psychic attack of their own, what do they do next? They force the back door open, they want to walk away to do wait. After she was stabbed, I can use the route of this from behind. Mess. Next one. That's completely done. The killer's not going to this. Oh, here we go. I'll do this one. One. So yeah, so my thing is like a little off screen, but I can...
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case for...
Yeah, before.
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them.
So after this, I'll end the video.
She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it.
Yeah.
Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
Yeah.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her.
Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, that doesn't really help. I mean,
And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
They wanted to do that, they did a whole job.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator.
Yep.
The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Yeah, as I said, this is going to be the end. Yeah. Since we
It would appear that
finished this.
Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room.
Okay, so that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. I might have another video out today. Well, as I said before, probably looking at playing. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.